Hello there. So the idea of this video for understanding the difference between the two energy systems in the body, one is aerobic energy system and the other one is anaerobic energy system, started from a question that somebody asked. They usually run, but they've not been losing weight, and the question was, hey, I'm running so much, still I'm not losing weight, and the reason is, and the reason we went into details, but you will understand those once you understand the energy systems in the body. Before we get started, a quick request: if you find these videos helpful, please subscribe to the channel. That will help us in a great way. So let's get back to the topic. Aerobic energy system, which is different from aerobic exercises, by the way. Aerobic energy system is always with oxygen. So let's say अगर आप दौड़ना शुरू कर रहे हैं और धीरे धीरे दौड़ रहे हैं या वॉक कर रहे हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आप बात कर सकते हैं सांस लेते हुए, वॉक करते हुए. दैट इज दैट जोन और that phase in which your body is functioning, because it's creating energy for your muscles, for the muscles to use, because you're using your muscles. It uses predominantly an aerobic energy system. An aerobic energy system is essentially means it is an energy system which works with oxygen, because when oxygen is in abundant supply. So if you can guess, any low intensity activity, walking, low intensity jogging, low intensity cycling, is an aerobic exercise. It is usually low stress, and one of the important caveat or one of the important understanding you should have is exercise को करने के बाद you will not feel hungry, or you will not feel tired, or you will not get cravings for a specific kind of food all through the day. That's a very important signal to look for. If you've done an exercise in aerobic zone, you pretty much for the day you will not feel hungry, or you don't need to eat anything extra other than your normal diet when you're doing aerobic exercises. On the other hand, when you do anaerobic exercises, when you run faster, or when you cycle faster, or when you do HIIT, or when you do extensive cardio, and you're huffing and puffing because the oxygen that your body needs to convert fat into the energy that your muscle needs is not enough in supply. So it has to go to an energy system which is anaerobic. And in anaerobic system, it starts to touch the glycogen stores that it has kept in liver, predominantly liver and muscles. And this energy store, glycogen that it has stored in liver, is predominantly for emergency usage. So because now that oxygen is not available, sufficient supply may, so it has to touch that glycogen store, because using glycogen, your body can create ATP, which is the currency of your, which is the energy that your muscle needs, very quickly, but it's very inefficient process. Essentially, the amount of ATP it creates from glycogen is very less. So body will always prefer to use the aerobic system, because from that you get a lot of ATP, and aerobic system usually burns fat with oxygen to get ATP, right? So now getting back to anaerobic, it's without oxygen, you're huffing and puffing, आप हाँफ रहे हैं और high intensity होता है, it has high stress, and usually when you do anaerobic exercises, for the whole day, either you might be tired, or you might be specifically hungry, or you might get cravings for some specific kind of food. That is essentially what your body is saying: hey, you just took away an emergency storage that I had in my liver. You've just burnt it by doing a very heavy intensity exercise. I want those calories back. And let's say अगर आप बहुत कोशिश करके कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं खाते हैं, so where will those calories, because those are emergency calories or glycogen which your body will always keep for emergency usage, कि कोई कहीं भागना पड़ा, कोई जानवर पीछे भाग रहा है तो भागना पड़ा, so it always keeps that energy storage. So if you don't give it in terms of food or in terms of caloric supply, it will get it from your muscle. So you will start losing muscle to fill the energy glycogen requirements that needs to be going into liver, right? So now let's go back to our original question. So if you're running extensively, heavy running, it is harder for you to lose weight because you've spent calories, but your body will essentially ask those calories back, and you will end up overeating because it needs those calories. And if you don't give it those calories, it'll take away from the muscle. So most of the runners you'll see don't have a lot of muscle mass, or at least the long distance runner, not the short distance runners. Long distance runners will essentially start to lose muscle mass. That is why for all long distance runners, they need to pay a lot of focus on strength training and making sure they do not lose the muscle mass, right? So that's very, very important. Couple of caveats again. All these recommendations that I'm doing, it is worthless if you stop doing, if you're doing something and if you stop doing and don't do this, it's a waste. All this recommendation is of no value. So अगर आप कुछ कर रहे हैं, कुछ ना करने से कुछ करना बेहतर है. तो अगर आप कुछ कर रहे हैं और अगर आप स्विच ओवर नहीं कर सकते हैं तो प्लीज़ जो कर रहे हैं उसको करते रहिए. एटलीस्ट बॉडी में कुछ तो बेनिफिट आएगा, राइट? सो दैट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. The other thing important is you cannot outrun or out exercise a bad diet. So never think you have done exercises, it gives me license to eat a lot of junk food. It is never going to work, especially if you're looking for a weight loss in your weight loss journey. So you have to remove the junk from your diet. And third, very very important, exercise only contributes to roughly 15% of the weight loss. The remaining 80 to 85% comes from a healthy, right diet. I'm not using the word calorie restricted diet, but a healthy, right diet. And if you eat right, most likely your body will start to burn away the fat, which is the right kind of weight loss versus muscle. That's it for now. Again, a request, if you find this content helpful, please subscribe to the channel.